casting process for the 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica was a thorough and thoughtful one. Lorne Greene, known for his role in Bonanza, was chosen for the commanding role of Commander Adama. His strong presence and authoritative voice made him a natural fit for the part. Richard Hatch, who played Apollo, was selected after a series of auditions. His chemistry with Greene and the rest of the cast was undeniable, making him the perfect choice for the role of the noble and courageous officer. Dirk Benedict, cast as Starbuck, was chosen for his roguish charm and wit. The producers wanted an actor who could bring a light-hearted and humorous element to the otherwise serious show, and Benedict fit the bill perfectly. The role of Boomer, played by Herb Jefferson Jr., was one of the first to be cast. The producers wanted a strong and confident actor to play the part, and Jefferson's audition demonstrated just that. The casting of the Cylons, the show's villain, was also a careful process. The producers wanted actors who could convey the cold, menacing nature of the robotic enemies, and they found what they were looking for in the tall and imposing Lauren Gilchrist and the menacing Terry Carter. During the casting process, the chemistry between the actors was just as important as their individual talents. The producers held chemistry tests to ensure that the cast would work well together, leading to the dynamic and engaging performances that made Battlestar Galactica such a hit. In addition to their acting abilities, the cast members also had to undergo physical training to prepare for their roles. This included learning to handle realistic weaponry and practicing stunts, adding to the authenticity of the show. Overall, the casting process for Battlestar Galactica was a careful and deliberate one, resulting in a talented and cohesive cast that brought the show's characters to life in a compelling and engaging way.
Well, it's,
Starbuck?
Yeah.
I came because I think I owe you.
The directorial vision behind the 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica was shaped by its creator, Glenn A. Larson. Larson drew inspiration from various sources, including classic mythology and biblical stories, to craft the series' epic narrative of humanity's search for a mythical planet called Earth. His creative influences were woven into the show's rich tapestry of characters, spaceships, and alien cultures. Larson's directorial style was characterized by a sense of grandeur and adventure. He employed sweeping camera movements and elaborate visual effects to bring the vastness of space to life. The show's distinctive look was achieved through a combination of practical effects, miniature models, and matte paintings. Larson's approach was to create a world that felt both familiar and exotic, blending elements of science fiction and fantasy to create a unique viewing experience. Collaboration was key to Larson's vision for Battlestar Galactica. He worked closely with the show's cast and crew to ensure that every aspect of the production aligned with his creative goals. Larson fostered a positive and inclusive working environment, encouraging input from all corners of the production. This collaborative spirit was evident in the show's strong ensemble cast, which included actors such as Lorne Greene, Richard Hatch, and Dirk Benedict. Larson's direction also extended to the show's music and sound design. He worked with composer Stu Phillips to create a memorable score that combined orchestral arrangements with electronic sounds. The result was a unique blend of classical and futuristic music that helped to establish the show's distinctive identity. In summary, Glenn A. Larson's directorial vision for Battlestar Galactica was characterized by a grand sense of adventure, a rich tapestry of creative influences, and a collaborative approach to production. His direction helped to bring the show's epic narrative to life, creating a memorable and enduring science fiction classic. Battlestar Galactica is a classic 1978 TV series that has stood the test of time. It follows the story of the last surviving humans in the universe, pursued by a cybernetic race known as the Cylons. The show is known for its thrilling space battles, complex characters, and thought-provoking themes of survival, politics, and morality. One of the reasons Battlestar Galactica has endured is its ability to tackle serious issues while still being entertaining. The show explores questions about what it means to be human, the nature of good and evil, and the consequences of war. It also features strong female characters and diverse cast, which was groundbreaking for its time. But there's so much more to Battlestar Galactica than just its theme and characters. In this video, we'll share some funny, shocking, and sad facts about the show that you might not know. From behind-the-scenes drama to unexpected casting choices, there's no shortage of intriguing stories to tell. Do you have a favorite memory or personal experience related to Battlestar Galactica? We'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Whether you were a fan of the original series or the more recent reboot, there's no denying the enduring appeal of this classic sci-fi show. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn more about Battlestar Galactica.
Muffy's on his way back with the life masks.
Thank you, sir.
The 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica was a large-scale production, known for its impressive set design and locations. The show's creators built a massive soundstage in Southern California to house the Galactica's interiors, including the iconic bridge. They also constructed several exterior sets, such as the Viper launch area and the landing bay in the desert. One innovative technique employed during production involved the use of motion control cameras for filming space battles. These cameras allowed for precise, repeatable movements, enabling the special effects team to composite models and live-action footage seamlessly. The result was a more dynamic and visually engaging space battle sequence than previously seen on television. Logistical challenges abounded during filming, particularly in managing the vast number of extras and crew members required for the production. Additionally, coordinating the construction and maintenance of the elaborate sets and models was a significant undertaking. Despite these challenges, Battlestar Galactica's production team delivered a visually stunning and immersive viewing experience, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in television production at the time. The 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica, created by Glenn Larson, has been compared to Star Wars due to its similar characters and themes. Larson has stated that his script predated Star Wars, but the resemblance is still evident. Apollo, played by a dark-haired actor, is reminiscent of Luke Skywalker, while Starbuck, with his roguish charm, is similar to Han Solo. The female characters, Athena, Cassiopeia, and Sheba, share traits with Princess Leia. Adama takes on the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi as the wise old mentor. The comic relief is provided by Boxey and Muffet, who are comparable to C-3PO and R2-D2. Baltar is akin to Peter Cushing's character, and the Cylons are essentially stormtroopers with silver suits. The show is filled with starship battles, an alien barcasino, an exploding planet, and a cliffhanger ending, all of which are reminiscent of Star Wars. However, the series is not without its original elements. Many of the names and situations are derived from the Bible and ancient Greco-Roman mythology, rather than trying to be more original or sci-fi. Despite this, some may question why Larson didn't stick to his other successful shows, such as Magnum P.I. or Knight Rider. In conclusion, Battlestar Galactica is a space opera that shares many similarities with Star Wars, but it also has its unique aspects. While it may not be the most original show, it is still an entertaining and exciting series that has captured the imagination of many viewers. The Battlestar Galactica TV series from 1978 featured a memorable and powerful musical score, which was composed by Stu Phillips, Larry Carlton, and the team at Glenn A. Larson Productions. The music played a crucial role in enhancing the narrative and emotional tone of the show. Stu Phillips, the primary composer, drew inspiration from classical music and combined it with modern orchestral arrangements to create a unique sound for the series. The score was designed to evoke a sense of grandeur and epic adventure, reflecting the interstellar journey of the last surviving humans. Phillips and his team used a variety of instruments, including strings, brass, and percussion, to create a rich and diverse sound. The use of synthesizers was also prominent, which was a relatively new technology at the time. This allowed for the creation of otherworldly sounds, further emphasizing the sci-fi setting of the series. The iconic main title theme, Battlestar Galactica, was composed by Larry Carlton and Stu Phillips. The fast-paced, energetic piece perfectly encapsulated the excitement and adventure of the show. The theme was performed by a full orchestra and became instantly recognizable to audiences. Complementing the score, the soundtrack featured popular songs from the 1970s, which were carefully selected to enhance specific scenes and moments. These songs helped to create a cohesive atmosphere and tie the series to the era in which it was produced. The music of Battlestar Galactica was integral to the show's success, providing an emotional backdrop that heightened the tension, excitement, and drama of the story. The composers and musicians involved succeeded in creating a memorable and enduring soundtrack that has left a lasting impact on the world of science fiction television.
I feel nervous. Yes, Loma.
If there are people inside that ship, why aren't they coming out?
The helmets of colonial warriors in Battlestar Galactica were inspired by ancient Egyptian pharaohs' headdresses, featuring a bird motif as a nod to Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. This detail, however, has no connection to the design of the Colonial Viper, which was not based on any real-world fighter aircraft. Despite this, when the F-16 Fighting Falcon entered service in 1980, us Air Force pilots began referring to it as the Viper due to similarities between the two. The robotic voices of the silent Centurions were created using the EMS Vocoder 2000, a rare and expensive device that has become even more so since the turn of the millennium. This distinctive sound contributed to the series' unique identity and has left a lasting impact on science fiction television. In a touching tribute, the F-16 Viper's nickname has endured, living on as a testament to the influence of Battlestar Galactica on popular culture and the real world. One of the most iconic scenes in the 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica is the attack on the colonies by the Cylon, which opens the series. The scene is filled with tension and excitement as the audience sees the destruction of the 12 colonies from the perspective of various characters. John Dykstra, the visual effects supervisor, used cutting-edge technology to create the explosion and dogfights, which left a lasting impact on audiences and set a new standard for special effects in television. Another memorable scene is the introduction of the character Starbuck, played by Dirk Benedict. Starbuck is a charming, roguish pilot who quickly becomes a fan favorite. In one early scene, Starbuck is seen playing cards and engaging in banter with his fellow pilots. Benedict's performance is filled with charisma and humor, and he brings a sense of lightness to the often intense and serious world of Battlestar Galactica. The final scene I'd like to highlight is the climactic battle between the Galactica and a Cylon base star. The scene is notable for its use of miniatures and practical effects, which create a sense of scale and realism that is still impressive today. The direction, by Richard Kalla, is fast-paced and thrilling, with the camera capturing the chaos and destruction of the battle from multiple angles. The performances of the actors, particularly Lorne Greene as Commander Adama, add a sense of weight and emotion to the scene as they fight for the survival of their people. These iconic scenes have had a lasting impact on audiences and have helped to establish Battlestar Galactica as a classic of science fiction television. The combination of strong direction, memorable performances, and innovative visual effects continue to inspire and entertain viewers to this day.
The drink and the music have excited him, that is all. It will not happen again.
In the original Battlestar Galactica series, some cast members were occasionally credited, but not actually present in certain episodes due to budgetary and post-production constraints. The reuse of credit sequences was a common practice. The creator of the show, Glenn A. Larson, incorporated many elements of his Mormon religion into the series. These elements include the Quorum of the 12 or Council of the 12 that parallels the Mormon ruling body, the term sealing used for marriage as in a Mormon temple wedding, and the reference to sealings being for all the eternities, similar to Mormon celestial marriages being for time and eternity. The moral lessons of each episode were also designed based on Mormon principles. Following the cancellation of Mork and Mindy in 1978, ABC attempted to revamp the show into a more serious program and move it to Sunday nights. However, the sitcom did not perform well and lost its early popularity. This led ABC to reconsider its decision to cancel Battlestar Galactica, which eventually led to the development of Galactica 1980.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
By your leave, sir.
The 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica had a significant cultural and social impact, captivating audiences with its epic space opera about the last surviving humans searching for a mythical planet called Earth. The show resonated with viewers due to its relatable themes of survival, hope, and the human condition set against a backdrop of interstellar conflict. Battlestar Galactica contributed to pop culture by inspiring a generation of science fiction creators and fans. Its distinctive characters, special effects, and storytelling left an indelible mark on the genre. The series also popularized the idea of a ragtag fleet of spacecraft, which has since been replicated in various forms of media. The show sparked discussions on relevant social and cultural themes, such as the nature of humanity, artificial intelligence, and the dangers of militarism. For instance, the series explored the complex relationship between humans and their robotic creations, the Cylons, raising questions about identity, consciousness, and the consequences of playing God. Moreover, Battlestar Galactica's diverse cast and strong female characters challenged stereotypes and broadened representation in the science fiction genre. Characters like Lieutenant Starbuck, initially written as a male role, were reimagined as women, providing more nuanced and empowering portrayals. In summary, Battlestar Galactica's cultural and social impact can be seen in its influence on pop culture, its thought-provoking themes, and its representation of diversity. The series continues to inspire and captivate audiences, leaving a lasting legacy in the world of science fiction.
I don't know who you are. Whatever you want from me, you can have.
We want...
In the original Battlestar Galactica series from 1978, Richard Hatch, who played Apollo, had crushes on his co-stars Sarah Rush and Laurette Spang. However, he never shared any scenes face-to-face with Sarah Rush, as all their dialogue was through communication channels. Dirk Benedict, who played Starbuck, later posed for a picture with actress Katee Sackhoff, who played Starbuck in the reboot, at a coffee shop. The picture was humorously titled Starbuck with Starbuck at Starbucks, as a peace offering after Benedict publicly criticized the reboot, particularly the reimagining of Starbuck as a woman. Additionally, props from the 1978 series were reused in the production of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, another show produced by Glenn A. Larson around the same time. This practice of recycling props was common in television production due to budget constraints.
Game, Starbuck. Sorry, I've just got all this excess energy. Being locked up does things to a guy.
Well, maybe they ought to lie.
The 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica received mixed reviews from critics. Some praised its special effects, ambitious storytelling, and epic scope, while others criticized it for being too derivative of Star Wars. Notable critics, such as John J. O'Connor of the New York Times, criticized the series for its lack of originality and over-reliance on special effects. However, the show did find a dedicated audience, with many praising its action, adventure, and sense of wonder. Battlestar Galactica received 4 Emmy nominations in 1979, including Outstanding Art Direction for a series, Outstanding Cinematography for a series, Outstanding Costume Design for a series, and Outstanding Individual Achievement Creative Technical Crafts. Although it did not win in any of these categories, the nominations themselves were a testament to the hard work and dedication of the cast and crew. The accolades that Battlestar Galactica received are significant because they demonstrate the impact that the series had on the television industry. The Emmy nominations, in particular, are a mark of respect from the industry and a recognition of the show's technical and artistic achievements. For those involved in the production of the series, these nominations were a source of pride and validation, and they helped to establish the show as a significant and influential work of television. Overall, while Battlestar Galactica may not have been a critical favorite, it was a groundbreaking and influential series that left a lasting impact on the world of television. Its Emmy nominations and dedicated fan base are a testament to its enduring appeal and its ability to captivate audiences with its epic storytelling and sense of wonder.
And I was afraid to fire a laser in case I would hit one of you.
The original Battlestar Galactica series explores the idea of human life originating from outer space, rather than Earth. Dirk Benedict, who played Lieutenant Starbuck, modeled his character after James Garner's Maverick from the 1957 series. Benedict later expressed disapproval of Katee Sackhoff's portrayal of Starbuck in the remake, referring to her character as Stardo. In the show, the size of colonial battlestars, like the Galactica and Cylon base stars, remains unclear. However, by comparing the scale of the Galactica to a Viper, it was determined that each battlestar is 4 150 feet long, with 2 flight bays measuring 177 feet in length and about 215 feet in width. This means that a Battlestar can carry over 300 fighters and 40 to 50 shuttles, making it far larger than initially suggested. A Cylon base star, based on comparison, is approximately 800 feet wide and can carry many more than its listed 300 fighters.
Relieved of your command. Colonel Tigh, you will assume the bridge of the Pegasus.
The production of the 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica was a massive undertaking, with a multitude of fascinating stories emerging from behind the scenes. One anecdote revolves around the creation of the show's iconic spaceships. To achieve the desired level of realism, the production team commissioned model makers to build intricate miniatures, some of which were over 20 feet long. During filming, these models were suspended from ceiling rigs and lit in such a way as to create the illusion of speed and depth. However, due to the model size and complexity, it was not uncommon for them to become stuck or malfunction, causing delays and consternation on set. Another memorable tale from the set involves the casting of the show's lead, Starbuck. Originally, the role was offered to actor James Franciscus, but he turned it down due to scheduling conflicts. The producers then approached actor Michael Douglas, who also declined. Eventually, the part went to Richard Hatch, who brought a unique blend of charisma and machismo to the role, making Starbuck a fan favorite. The show's visual effects were another source of intrigue and challenge during production. To create the illusion of alien planets and spacescapes, the team employed a variety of techniques, including matte paintings, miniatures, and motion control photography. One particularly challenging effect was the star field backdrop, which required thousands of tiny lights to be meticulously placed and synchronized with the camera's movements. Despite the technical hurdles, the effects team managed to create a convincing and immersive universe that captivated audiences. Finally, it's worth noting the camaraderie that developed among the cast and crew during the filming of Battlestar Galactica. Despite the long hours and demanding work, the atmosphere on set was often lighthearted and jovial. Actors Lorne, Greene, and Richard Hatch, in particular, formed a close bond and could often be found swapping stories and sharing laughs between takes. This sense of community and collaboration helped to create a positive and productive working environment, and undoubtedly contributed to the show's enduring popularity.
Without oxygen, they'd never survive.
You really believe?
Noted fantasy artist Frank Frazetta created 4 promotional paintings for Battlestar Galactica, which were featured in TV Guide and other magazines. One of these paintings, initially used for Saga of a Star World, was later used on the cover of the Begley novelization Battlestar Galactica to the Cylon Death Machine. The series was initially planned as a 3-part miniseries, with The Gun on Ice Planet Zero intended as the second of 3 television movies. However, when the network decided to buy the series and air it as a regular series, the production switched formats. As a result, Laurette Spang and John Colicos were not available during the filming of The Gun on Ice Planet Zero, and scenes featuring Baltar were added later. In Spanish-speaking countries, Battlestar Galactica is known as Galactica Astronave de Combat, while in Germany it is called Kampfstern Galactica. The show's enduring popularity has led to its translation and broadcast in various countries around the world, with different names that reflect the local language and culture.
Never heard of it.
The Silence have captured one of your party.
I'll go.
The 1978 TV series Battlestar Galactica left a notable mark in film history with its epic space opera narrative and special effects that were groundbreaking at the time. The show's influence can be seen in many subsequent science fiction works, such as Star Wars and Star Trek. Battlestar Galactica's storyline, which follows the last surviving humans in a quest to find a mythical planet called Earth, has inspired numerous spin-offs, remakes, and adaptations. The series is particularly known for its complex characters, moral dilemmas, and exploration of themes like artificial intelligence, humanity, and survival. One of the most significant impacts of Battlestar Galactica is its influence on the visual style of science fiction filmmaking. The show's use of practical effects, miniatures, and models laid the groundwork for many future productions. Its distinctive look, which combines ancient mythology with futuristic technology, has been widely imitated and adapted. Moreover, Battlestar Galactica has inspired a devoted fan base that continues to celebrate and reinterpret the series through fan fiction, art, and other creative works. The show's enduring popularity An influence can be seen in the many ways it has been reimagined and reinterpreted over the years. In summary, Battlestar Galactica's legacy and influence can be seen in its impact on film history, its influence on future filmmaking, and the many subsequent works it has inspired. The series remains a beloved and influential touchstone in the world of science fiction. In the original Battlestar Galactica series from 1978, only 2 actors returned for the sequel, Galactica 1980 Lorne Greene, and Herbert Jefferson Jr. Kent McCord took over the role of Captain Troy, who was previously played by Noah Hathaway as a child, and Dirk Benedict reprised his role as Starbuck in the series finale, The Return of Starbuck. An interesting fact about the character Sheba, played by Anne Lockhart, is that she never fired her laser pistol throughout the entire series. Dirk Benedict, who played Starbuck, went on to star in the team as Templeton Facepeck. In the film Steel, released in 1983, a Cylon can be seen walking past Face at Universal Studios. This is a fun connection between 2 of Benedict's roles in the 1980s.
Later.
It's a sin to starve us while the Puriticians luxuriate in their...
Richard Hatch is the only actor to appear in both the 1978 and 294 versions of Battlestar Galactica, playing a noticeably different character in the latter. Before her role in the series, Maren Jensen was a successful fashion model who also enjoyed writing music, playing piano, and roller skating. Among the main cast, Hatch, Dirk Benedict, Lorne Greene, Herbert Jefferson Jr., and Terry Carter were the only 5 actors to appear in every episode of the show. Their consistent presence contributed to the series' continuity and success.
That's it. They'll never reach the fleet now, sir.
Lock in on our course, Hermes.
Already done.
The 1978 television series, Battlestar Galactica, faced legal challenges from George Lucas and 20th Century Fox over alleged similarities with Star Wars Episode IV: A New Hope. The show's producers had reworked the original pilot to capitalize on the popularity of Star Wars, employing the same special effects team and concept designer. The lawsuit was dismissed in 1980, but Fox appealed, leading to a continuation of the case until 1983 when it was finally settled out of court. The details of the settlement remain confidential. Don Johnson, known for his southern accent, was considered for the role of Lieutenant Starbuck, but was ultimately rejected. In the colonial calendar system used in the series, a year is referred to as a Jahren, derived from the German word Jahren for year, and seconds are referred to as microns, a term that usually denotes a microscopic unit of length, not time. These unique terms added to the distinctiveness of the Battlestar Galactica universe.
Meaningful? What could be more important than defending the fleet?
In the 1978 television series Battlestar Galactica, the Cylons were commanded by an Imperious leader. The term Imperious was specifically chosen to distinguish from Imperial to avoid associations with Star Wars. The actor John Colicos, who played Baltar, wore a hairpiece and a green outfit in certain episodes, but no official explanation has been provided. Richard Hatch, who portrayed Apollo, later wrote books based on the series. His contributions extend beyond acting, showcasing his dedication to the franchise.
I think what you're trying to say is pretty nice. We've had a lot of good times.
Glenn A. Larson, the creator of Battlestar Galactica, first conceived the series in the late 1960s under the title Adam's Ark. The original premise revolved around human survivors journeying across the galaxy in search of a new home after Earth's destruction. One notable character is Cassiopeia, portrayed by Laurette Spang. Initially, she was only meant to appear in the pilot episode, but due to format changes, her character became a series regular. Cassiopeia's occupation shifted from a socialator to a medtech in the second episode. An interesting fact involves Noah Hathaway, who played Boxey. He and his father, Robert Hathaway, shared screen time in both Battlestar Galactica and Troll. This family connection adds a unique layer to the show's history. In Battlestar Galactica's 1978 season, several scripts were left unfilmed due to its cancellation, including The Beta Pirates, Crossfire, Fire in Space, The Mutiny, I Have Seen Earth, and Two for Twilly. Despite a sizable budget, producers sought to cut costs by reusing props, costumes, sets, and visual effects footage from previous Universal Pictures productions. Lorne Greene is the only actor to have appeared in every episode of both the 1978 series and its sequel, Galactica 1980.
It's the cleanest transmission I've ever seen.
Nevertheless, Commander, there's a signal coming over Fleet Comm Line Alpha.
In the 1980s, European viewers experienced a slightly altered version of Battlestar Galactica. The episodes Saga of a Star World and The Living Legend were often excluded from broadcast due to the theatrical releases of the show's films, except for the film Mission Galactica, The Cylon Attack, where the episode Fire in Space was still aired. A tragic event occurred when a 15-year-old fan from St. Paul, Maine, named Edward Sadel Jr., took his life in August 1979, reportedly due to his despair over the series cancellation. His death preceded the premiere of Galactica 1980 on ABC by 5 months. Interestingly, some sound effects in Battlestar Galactica were reused from another TV show, The $6 Million Man, both produced by Glenn A. Larson. This connection highlights the resourcefulness of television production during that time. In the 1978 television series, Battlestar Galactica, the Cylons were required to stand at least 6 feet tall. To achieve this, Glenn A. Larson hired a team of out-of-work basketball players. The human characters in the series used their own units for measuring time. A micron equaled a second, a centon was a minute, a center was an hour, a secton was a week, a sector was a month, and a yarn was a year. The 1978 theatrical release of the series was an edited version of the first episode, Saga of a Star World, which ran for 148 minutes, but was shortened to 125 minutes for theaters.
Find out soon enough.
That computer shoot.
Terry Carter's injury while roller skating led to him playing Colonel Tigh in Battlestar Galactica, a significant departure from the racial stereotypes of the time. The series now featured 2 major black characters, Tigh and Lieutenant Starbuck, a contrast to the all-Caucasian cast of Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. Noah Hathaway, who played Boxey, revealed his childhood crush on his on-screen mother, Jane Seymour. The bond between the 2 characters was a heartwarming aspect of the show. Lorne Greene, who played Commander Adama, was set to appear in the 2004 Battlestar Galactica series through archival footage. Unfortunately, the plan did not come to fruition. Greene's portrayal of Adama remained iconic, leaving a lasting impact on the franchise.
You don't even know this boy. And he was never appointed.
In Battlestar Galactica's uniforms, you may notice a peculiar insignia pin. It's the Officer Branch of Service insignia pin for the U.S. Army's G2, or Military Intelligence section, but worn inversely. This pin is seen in both gold tone for Colonial Warriors' tan and brown uniforms, and silver tone for Corps Command Bridge officers' blue uniforms. Interestingly, the series was already in development before the release of Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, despite a lawsuit filed by 20th Century Fox and George Lucas against Glenn A. Larson. The series has a unique connection to real-world Egypt. For instance, the episode Lost Planet of the Gods Part 2 featured second unit shots of doubles for Adama, Apollo, and Serena, filmed amidst the ruins of Karnak and Giza. This connection is even more intriguing when considering that the series premiere coincided with the live broadcast of the historic Camp David Accord signing, marking peace between Egypt and Israel.
Thank you. And thank you all, and I'm sorry for all the trouble.
The television series Battlestar Galactica, which first aired in 1978, had several interesting details. For instance, it was implied that the movie The Hand of God, released in 1979, took place after the Apollo moon landing in July 1969. In the opening credits, the voice that says life here began out there is that of Patrick McNay, who also provided the voice of the Imperious leader. The model makers were given creative freedom to design the ragtag fugitive fleet that followed the Galactica on its journey. One notable example is the livery ship, constructed by Ken Swenson, which was mistakenly believed to be made from 3 film cans. Swenson actually scratch-built it from sheet plastic. These details added depth and intrigue to the series, making it a memorable experience for viewers.
The glory is ours.
I must say this again. We can't even think of trying to capture that base. All we can hope to...
In the 1978 television series Battlestar Galactica, Muffet 2, a dog-like Daggett drone belonging to the character Boxey, was portrayed by a trained chimpanzee in a costume. 3 chimps were utilized for the role throughout the series. Boxey's real name was never revealed in the original series, but in the sequel series Galactica 1980, he was called Troy, with Kent McCord taking on the role. Interestingly, the series creator, Glenn A. Larson, is a Capricorn, which may have influenced the prevalence of human characters from the Caprica colony in the show. If Battlestar Galactica, the 1978 TV series, left an impression on you, we'd love to hear your stories. How did this groundbreaking show affect you personally? Did it influence your view of science fiction or television as a whole? By sharing your experiences, you can enrich our understanding of this classic series and its enduring appeal. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the world of cinema. Your engagement helps us continue to create content that celebrates the power of storytelling and its impact on our lives. So don't be shy. Tell us your memories and let's keep the conversation going. Together, we can explore the many ways that Battlestar Galactica has left its mark on the hearts and minds of viewers for generations.
You're one fine pilot.